Forget it. Bring your rupees, you know what I'm saying?
So for those of you who aren't, just so you know, if you're just listening, right now what you're seeing is a blurry dog and her blurry owner sitting behind her.
I'm kind of retarded.
Hi, you must be new.
In syphilis, the treatment is usually with penicillin.
Cheers. Cheers, buddy. Minutes at least. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to start or want me to start?
Okay, you start it.
What's up, everybody? We're in the things look a little different if you're watching. We're in a new place. The old studio is dead. It's never coming back, so don't ask. We're not going back. It's
and
dead.
we don't want it back.
We don't want it back. No, we've moved on to bigger and better things.
Yeah.
The studio's dead, and this one rose from its ashes.
Yeah. So this has
In a
little
new
bits
place.
and pieces from it, but it still has a similar vibe to it. We
Yeah,
still
it's
got
got a
some
similar
elements
vibe.
in here.
And this is a temporary set. Things will be changing along, and you can keep up as we do
Yeah.
it. It'll be great fun.
Yeah. Put little trinkets and tokens throughout, and maybe we'll put some art or a little wall or
Some
something.
fart?
We'll see. I don't know.
See what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully it sounds fine. I think it sounds good in my headphones.
Yeah. I'm curious to see how it sounds, but yeah. Could be ghosts in this place.
There could be.
I don't know.
Yet to find out.
Well, do you feel it in the air right now, though?
That is warmer outside?
Love is in the air.
Oh, get out of here with
It's
that
Valentine's
shit.
Day
Yeah,
next week.
It's the dumbest holiday. It is all for money.
It is, and
And-
you know what? People are going to make so much money.
Yeah, they are. And, good luck to the morons
Chocolates.
that feed the machine.
I bet. Do you remember growing up, like, the chocolates were always, in my mind at least, the chocolates you got on Valentine's Day were always the worst. They were always like, I would get them and they were like white almost, but they were supposed to be milk or dark chocolate because I think they
White?
were so old. I think that they recycle.
Who are you getting them from? What,
Russell's-
Walmart?
Yeah, sure. Russell Stovers from Walmart, the little heart-shaped box.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they would just be like faded because they were so old or something, I guess.
Maybe they were powdery, preserves.
I don't know. I think they recycle them. I
They
think if they
probably
don't use
do.
them that year, they just kind of use them the next year.
Why not? I'm sure it's all chemicals anyways because it doesn't taste right.
No, they
Chocolate
don't
never
taste
tastes
right. Some of them taste alcoholic, too.
They've turned.
Yeah, they've started fermenting. They've been in there so long.
Well, that wouldn't be so bad to get
No.
a hold of those, I guess.
It wouldn't be awful.
Just eat a bunch of chocolate, get a
Yeah.
little buzz, a little chalky buzz, and vomit later.
Yeah, actually, because I thought about it the other day because I opened up my toy chest that I recently retrieved from home when I was a kid, and it still has the
Chocolates?
it still has the little the heart-shaped candies. It says like, "Will you be mine?"
Did you
There's like
try
two
one?
of them still like stuck to the bottom of it.
Oh,
over
so
there.
they're open?
Yeah, they're open. They're just from when I was a kid. I guess I
Threw 'em
just
in there
threw
like
them
a
in
savage.
there, and then now they're just kind of stuck to the bottom. And for whatever reason, I haven't taken them out, so they're still right there, right now at this moment.
Well, I guess, because what's today, the 8th?
Yeah, they haven't deteriorated.
I
at
guess
all.
we need to eat them on the next podcast.
We die.
No,
Maybe
we-
not though. They look.
I think we'd be
they're in
fine.
pristine. They're probably 20+ years old and still in pristine condition.
Maybe they've aged like a fine wine.
Maybe. Yeah.
It'd be the
It's just
best
sugar.
chocolate. And then we go down a rabbit hole of heroin and meth because we're chasing something that tastes as good as that or feels as good as those chocolates. will
Wouldn't be
again.
bad.
And then we're dead.
Okay. I'm fine with
Let's
that.
eat them.
Death by Valentine's Day. Yeah.
My Bloody Valentine.
Yeah. I like that.
Didn't they make another one?
What, My Bloody Valentine?
Didn't they make a second one?
Are you talking about a movie? I was talking about the band.
Oh, was that the bit? What was the What was this?
I'm sure there was.
Probably.
I don't know.
Probably.
I'm sure it was terrible.
I think
I
I
don't-
don't. The
I don't-
second one.
My second Valentine blood.
Yeah. Second time, just as bloody.
Josh Hartnett.
Yeah, he was in it, I think, and Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks and Josh Hartnett were in My Bloody Valentine.
Yeah, it was really good. Tom Hanks
Blood
was
of the
nominated for a Golden
Children.
Globe, but they snubbed him at the Oscars.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Well, while we're on that lane, mere minutes before you got over here, I got an update sent to me from my sister, so I didn't have time to like prep it or anything. But to follow up from a couple weeks ago, episode 116, I think it was Army Hammer calls the conjoined twins a McDouble. She saw a TikTok of some girl who's been keeping up with the Army Hammer stuff. Sent it to me.
Mm-hmm.
There's some circumcision evidence, some circumstantial circumcision evidence.
Moyes are out.
That Moyles have taken over Army Hammer's social media. Well, turns out he may also be a murderer.
Is this it?
No, this is not it.
Okay.
So I watched the TikTok, and the girl who's been keeping up with the Army Hammer stuff says that, and see, this is what I find weird. So, citation needed for all this. That he started doing construction work. The way she said it, I don't know if they meant like, I don't know, on his own home, actually doing construction
Like
for
out
a
at-
role or
Yeah,
something.
like out at the courthouse or something.
Well, out at like a construction site.
Yeah.
And close to where Army was doing this construction, the bodies of 3 young females have been found.
Okay.
And it is Army Hammer.
Okay. Well, this sounds legitimate.
She had a lot more compelling evidence. I watched it only once, so I didn't really retain it. But it's the TikTok was convincing.
So
Confirmed.
why in the world would he be doing construction?
That's the sketchy part.
Whoa. Like he just says, "Okay, guys, I'm going to do construction." First of all, don't you need like some training? I guess he could easily
No, you can
get
just
it.
walk onto a construction site.
Can you? Is
Yeah.
it like the thing where you go to Home Depot and you stand outside?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's see. Does
Army Hammer construction murder. Search that.
I want to see if he does construction first. Constructions.
TikToker
Okay.
makes 1 hour ago making shocking connections. Yeah, just click on it. There's Army, looking good.
He looks scared.
He looks like he just murdered someone.
Yeah, he does actually.
Keep going. Let's see if the TikTok is embedded in this. Here we go.
Yeah. All right.
You guys, I have the craziest Army Hammer development yet. I had heard whispers of this on Reddit, but I questioned the veracity of it
trust
because
it.
it was so outlandish. But now it's blowing up on Twitter, and I think this might be the news that everyone is saying is going to come out. Army began working in construction mid-pandemic and mid-divorce last year, and suddenly he was employed between jobs in the middle of a desert working on a hotel. In the 6 months during his employment, 10 to 15 minutes away from the site, the remains of 3 women have been found. We are not conflating the two ideas, but there have been long-standing rumors for a while. Guys, this has been out there in the internet. I don't know what's true or what's not, but I've heard that big news is coming out about him that's damning. And his people just dropped him yesterday. I don't know if this is it, but I am actually shaking. Follow my page for more Army Hammer developments as they come. And if you haven't checked out his Ants episode on Juicy Scoop with Heather McDonald, stop what you're doing now and take some time to listen to it. It really pulls the curtain back on the family history that Army Hammer was born into.
Okay.
And that was from the Zen Blonde. If you want to follow her page,
Didn't like her
TikTok.
hat.
I feel like you don't like hats on girls in general.
Just not that kind of hat. But I don't know. She definitely wants to believe it's true, for sure.
Mm-hmm. I want to believe it. Actually, I do and I don't.
I don't know.
Because
It's
I
hard to
like Army
believe.
Hammer. He's such a good actor, and I don't want to have to, like, when I'm out in the streets, tell people, oh, yeah, I would never watch another Army Hammer film now. Oh, I'd
Yeah,
never
that's
watch a Kevin
stupid.
Spacey movie
Yeah.
again.
Well,
Get out of here.
say he did murder people. If you watch, say, Call Me by Your Name before he murdered anybody, why is that not okay?
Well, even if I had never seen any of them, and he murders somebody and I watch it, I can still appreciate it for what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a brain.
Like if he's murdering somebody during the filming of a movie, that may be an issue.
Well, depends on how it's shot, how it's directed.
Maybe it's a realistic, just one take.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Why would he be doing 6 months of construction out in
Well, that was
the
because
desert?
when she had that up, it was from something called In the Cut, as it's maybe some kind of like TMZ or like Inquirer type website. I don't know. This was all. God, look at the guy's name who wrote this article though.
Mustafa
Gatolari.
Yeah.
Gatolari.
I mean, so so during the pandemic he had a divorce too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's probably just going crazy. Maybe he did kill people. Then I don't know.
I'm thinking he did. Aren't
I
you?
mean, he's definitely lost it a little bit.
Yeah. I'm thinking he killed.
He had some
people.
sort of sure. And they need to find if the people are eating it all. I don't know if there's
Like a
enough
nice
flesh
chunk?
left to realize that or not.
Probably not.
Because if he's killing people, he's definitely eating them. He's not going to kill them and not eat them, from what
Right.
we've heard from him.
Yeah, what we heard directly from him when he called in the show. So go back and listen to that.
Yeah, I don't know. We need to find out if he actually worked at the construction.
So Army Hammer was working on an abandoned hotel at all quarantine, and 3 dead bodies were found within 15 minutes of location, literally ripped and scattered
He's
apart.
guilty.
He's guilty.
Okay.
Tabitha says, "Did I just spend an hour on my favorite true crime message boards digging into the Army Hammer connection to the Joshua Tree missing persons and bodies?"
Joshua Tree. Okay, we got a thing.
A location.
Yeah. All right. Well, because we don't want to like deep dive into all the research here, but we can look and come back with some more evidence. I think.
That's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be raining out of the skies. The evidence is gonna start piling up within the coming weeks.
You think so?
I think so.
I don't know. I hope so.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'd love to find out that he killed and had consumed human flesh.
Yeah, it's gonna be wild.
He's got a crazy look in his eye.
He does have kind of deranged look
Yeah.
when he wants to in his face.
Yeah, he does.
It's making me
Think about-
wonder now.
blood and guts going in there.
Yeah, he looks like he could do it.
He could do it.
It's starting to worry me a little bit because we all know the greatest filmmaker of all time, David Fincher, is. I mean, he cast Kevin Spacey in Seven. He cast Kevin Spacey in House of Cards, made him executive producer on that. Armie Hammer was the Winklevoss twins in Social Network.
Yeah, he was 2 people in that movie.
I'm starting to worry a little bit that of other David Fincher connections. Like, I don't want Brad Pitt to come out
Do you
as...
think he's like the Charles Manson?
I don't think so. I think
It
he's
sounds like
smart
that's what
enough
you-
to be.
It sounds like that's maybe what you're saying.
Maybe he is. And
He's
if he
Charles
is,
Manson.
then I will say I will stand by all these people. By whatever they did was fine.
Okay.
100%. I'm behind him. If David Fincher was the puppet master, I'm on board
Yeah.
because there's a greater plan.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
smarter
maybe.
than all of us.
Do you think so? There's a greater plan for Kevin Spacey touching boys.
If David Fincher had him do it, yes.
Yeah.
And it was for the greater good.
Okay. All right. Maybe the people Armie Hammer ate deserve to be eaten.
Like a Dexter type thing, but minus I guess Dexter didn't eat people, but
No.
maybe Armie Hammer is like Hungry Dexter.
Maybe. Yeah, or maybe he's like he doesn't want to be wasteful with it.
Right. Yeah, why not like you? That's
Yeah,
the
exactly.
point you made.
If you kill somebody, you might as well eat
yeah,
them.
just, prepare them. Make a little jerky.
Mm-hmm. Sure,
Especially
yeah,
on
that's
a
good way to do
construction
it.
site.
Yeah.
Just pop some jerky,
Yeah,
keep your energy up.
Yeah, out in the desert too.
Yeah, it's hot.
Uh-huh.
Ugh.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so it sounds like he's just being really thrifty.
yeah, yeah. Maybe so. Maybe so.
Well, I think this can roll
into Dahmer.
Yeah, we got another email from Zach. Thank you, Zach. Entitled 6 Degrees of Jeffrey Dahmer. You want to read this one or you want me to read this one?
You go ahead.
Zach says, I think that y'all would appreciate to know that John is only 3 degrees from Jeffrey Dahmer and Ken is therefore 4 removed. My best friend's father was childhood friends with him. They weren't friends by choice, mind you, but rather their parents were friends and had family meals together. He said the kids hated visiting the Dahmers because Jeffrey was weird and had dead animals all over his room.
Wow. That's pretty neat that he has that connection. Okay, so I have some questions that I'd like if you would respond to them via email or text or whatever. But I want to know, like, how were the parents? Because in my mind, his parents had to have been weird as well.
I remember watching a bunch of interviews and stuff, and they had talked to his mom and some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
She just seemed very, just kind of ill-equipped to be a person, honestly.
Yeah.
Just very, like, withdrawn, like, probably didn't discipline him really or anything. Like, she just seemed very...
Yeah.
I mean, weak is a rough word, but she seemed very weak-minded. Just kind of weak, a weak person in general.
Yeah. I'm curious because it's like, yeah, they have different brains, like a lot of them. But I don't think you're growing up in like a normal family and then eating people and killing people and stuff. So I don't know. I'd love to talk to this guy. His best friend's father, I guess.
Best friend's father. Yeah, I wonder if he's still alive.
That'd be really cool to talk to him,
We
wouldn't it?
talk to the dad. Zach, set that up.
Yeah, that would be absolutely
Set it up where we can talk to
amazing.
your friend's dad about little Dommy.
Because like even if like you weren't super close with him, you still gotta have like some stories or some
Yeah.
insight on everything.
And then imagine the day it finally comes out. Oh yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer's got heads in his freezer. They just caught him and they're
Oh,
taking bodies
yeah.
out of his apartment, and his mother's house, and his mother's backyard. And
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had to have felt so weird. Just scared too, probably.
Yeah. like you dodged a bullet.
Man, that's pretty cool though.
That is cool.
Hmm.
We're only a few degrees away from Jeffrey Dahmer.
I know.
Finally,
Something
worth living for.
Mm-hmm. That's really neat. All right. You got any more questions to ask about the
My
Dahmers?
only one is set us up a chat with that dad that we can record and
Yeah.
talk to.
Huh. Wow. What is it? You want to read this one too?
Yeah, we can go ahead and look at that one. So we got another email
Yes, we got it up.
from Elliot. Thanks, Elliot. Shouts out. And Elliot says, "Hey, John and Ken. This is Elliot. Or do you want to read this one?
You go ahead.
This is Elliot, friend of Brittany, lover of Fireforge Brewery, beer, barbecue. Look, he's hitting all the points.
Yeah.
Huh? Little penises. He didn't say that. An active listener of the Greyboys at Large podcast. For the past decade, I have played beer pong many times, but have seen the rules change depending on the environment. Yesterday, I thought, quote, this ought not be so, end quote, and decided it was time to make a list of general universal rules so that if and when the game is played, there will hopefully be less arguing and more drinking, because that is the point.
Yeah,
Jerry.
yeah, that is the point.
Below is my list of rules, and although I've not decided if I want to list any more rules or what I want to do with the document, I would greatly appreciate feedback on how it can be improved. Thank you, and I look forward to hearing from you. Sincerely, Elliot.
Well, that's nice. He's trying to make everybody come together and have more fun.
Right.
Really.
Just trying to make everybody come
Yeah.
together.
All right. So yeah, I guess he typed this whole thing out.
All right, so
And
here's what. Yeah, this is a long email.
This is very long.
But I think here's what I think we can do.
Yeah.
Because he's emboldened the first rule he's talking about. So all right. So Elliot, beer pong universal rules. An average game of beer pong consists of 2 teams with 2 people per team, played with 10 red solo cups. I think you don't. Do you have to use red? Is Elliot? That's the first rule. He's saying,
Yeah.
I guess. And it's only 2 people per team. So it has to be red, according to Elliot. I would say
I think you can have blue.
I accept blue.
Or yellow.
Yellow. I would accept other colors.
Purple even.
But if you're at Elliot's house, you're
You
going to be
gotta go
playing on
red.
red cups.
Okay.
And the shape of a pyramid placed at each end of a 6-foot
yeah.
white cookout folding table or an officially licensed beer pong table.
Okay.
Now, here's another place where I would say you have a little wiggle room, because as long as you have the line drawn on the ground that keeps you far enough back, I don't think the table itself necessarily has to be a full 6 feet. But
I think
that
it
would help.
does. And here's why.
Okay.
Because it needs to. I like the color of the cup isn't really going to affect your play from location to location.
Mm-hmm.
See, you want to play a game, you want to get better at it. It needs to be consistent. So it needs to be the same distance at all times.
Well,
in
it
my
can
opinion.
be. I think
It needs
more
to be
so the same height would be where it would really get tricky.
Yeah, same height and length.
But the distance you could measure it off.
Yeah, you can measure it off.
Like how far back.
Yeah.
And then draw a line, and then you're at the same distance no matter how big the table is.
Yeah, so that's a table has to be at least 6 feet, but then if it's longer, you can take it down to 6 feet. But have the same distance, consistent throughout every single game you play. What?
But even if we played on this table, this is not 6 feet. You're on this side, I'm on that side. If we now from the front cup measure back.
Okay, I'm just saying it's got to be you got to be 6 feet away.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the table, as long as you can fit 2 racks of cups, you can play.
Sure.
And it's to be at the same distance.
Okay.
Bouncing is going to be hard, which I imagine we'll get up to.
Yeah,
at some point.
that could be an issue.
Okay. Or an officially licensed beer pong table with the tip of the pyramid facing each opposing team. Start the game 2 neutral teams. A team with no previous losses or wins have a 1v1 shoot-off. See, I don't think I've ever stepped up where there was multiple teams wanting to start at the same time.
Yeah.
So this is all fine with me. With players alternating turn eye to eye. Okay, yeah, I have done that, where you have to look at them in the eye and do a little yep. Until someone misses, another player makes a cup in the same turn. Once the game has begun, be sure to state the rules, which are as follows. So I think, all right, so elbows is whenever you're throwing, your elbow has to stay behind the edge of the table or whatever line you draw.
Yeah.
So you can't lean over the table
Yeah.
and do that. So
that's good.
bitches blow dude's finger, classic. So if the ball's spinning in the cup, ladies can go to make it pop out, but guys have to finger it out because you got to have a little sexual innuendo in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's fine. Balls back. If 2 players on the same team each make a cup in the same turn, they get balls back. I always played that way.
Yeah.
Heating up on fire. If a single player makes 2 cups consecutively on 2 separate turns, they or their partner should call heating up. This recognizes the player who has made 2 shots in a row is playing fairly well, and if they make a 3rd cup after making 2 cups in a row, they or their partner will call fire. Once on fire has been called, the player who sunk 3 cups in a row will now get the ball back and keep shooting until they miss, even if their partner has missed or made it. However, on fire cannot be called if heating up has not been previously stated. I've played that too.
Okay.
I like that.
And you're fine that you have to say heating up too?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine with me. Bouncing. If a player bounces a ball for their shot and makes the opposing team's cup, that counts as 2 cups. Yep. Of course. But if you do bounce, he's saying it has to be off the table, not the ceiling or the wall. If you bounce, you can slap the ball away from the other team.
Okay. Light ball. This is a remind. What was that game? It was like NBA Jam where you started heating up and then the
ball's on fire.
The ball's on fire, yeah, and then you can dunk it
N64.
and it burns the net. That's pretty cool.
Live ball. Live ball's a ball that has been previously shot, did not make it in a cup, did not touch the floor, and is still on the beer pong table. So that's where you can grab it. If you're the one who shot it, you get the ball back. And you're allowed a second shot, but it must be shot with their non-dominant hand or behind the back. See, we never played non-dominant hand. It always had to be behind the back if you got a live ball at the table.
I'm fine with non-dominant hand.
This
or
type of
behind
shot
the
is decided upon by house rules. So we're playing here, it's all behind the back. We're at your house, you could do either, or would it always be non-dominant?
You can do either.
Either?
Yeah.
Wow, pretty lax over at your place.
I just want people to have fun, you know?
I want them to respect the game. The naked lap is implemented when an opposing team fails to make a single cup in a loss. The consequence for them losing after making no cups is strip down and run a lap around the establishment of their team's choosing. This could be a felony.
Yeah,
Not worth it.
Yeah, I'm
Rule
gonna say
7,
no to
Elliot,
this
is
one.
out. Rule
Yeah,
7's
this is
out. I think you take that out and never speak of it again.
Maybe this is okay if you're like in the 18 to like 20 range or something. But like as a 29-year-old and a 30-year-old, if we do this, we're going to jail.
Mhm. Yeah,
we're gonna be sex offenders.
Exactly. Not worth it.
No.
Not worth it.
No. Sorry.
Yeah. Naked
sorry.
lap.
Sorry. Not sorry.
Yeah. Not sorry at all. Naked lap's out.
Yeah. We're
Take
done.
that one out.
Maybe
Elliot.
we could change it to. I mean, you do need something. Maybe you have to drink a lot more.
Is the shame and ridicule and is that not enough?
Maybe you have to drink more or something.
Maybe somebody pees on you.
Maybe you got to do a butt chug.
Yeah, all right. Instead of the naked laugh, it's the butt chug. If you don't make any, you have to butt chug a beer.
Because then you're getting just plastered too, and then now somebody's shoving something up your ass.
But what? Because there's two people on the team. So what if it's this? One has to butt chug, and then the other has to actually do a funnel a beer out of that funnel after the butt chug.
Oh, God.
So then you have to have a team meeting like.
So now it's making it even worse because now somebody's gonna get the shorter end of the stick. Ugh. Which is the shorter end?
I think.
Probably the butt
I guess
chug
I think it depends. It depends on who your partner is, maybe.
Yeah.
If I was the partner, if we were partners, obviously I would just let you butt chug.
Oh, God.
Because it just isn't logical. It's a mess. I'm a mess, and you're really pretty clean down there.
Yeah, it should be fine. I don't want a butt chug.
Would you rather me butt chug and then have to chug a beer with the funnel coming out of my asshole?
I'd rather butt chug.
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh God, that's gonna be a bad night.
Yeah, you don't. It would honestly. I think you take that out, all of those out, so that everyone still wants to play.
Yeah,
because
that's the whole. Yeah, we're just trying to make it more fun, right?
Yeah, maybe if you lose, your team loses and you don't make a single cup, you give the other team $5 person.
What if you? Let's chug a beer.
Chug a beer, sure. That you brought. You can't chug somebody else's beer.
Yeah.
Re-rack. Re-racking the cup's typically done once per game, and when a team has had a string of bad luck making shots and need a new formation of the opposing team's cups, the team calling for re-rack can reshape the cups whatever formation they want as long as the cups remain on the table. However, re-racking is a double-edged sword. It may increase the team's chances of making a cup, but if their last cup is made before they make the last cup of the opposing team, the game is over.
Okay. Risk it for the biscuit. High risk, high reward.
The way we used to play was you couldn't re-rack until you had 3 cups left. So you had to make half of them before you could re-rack. And then, because I played a lot when I was in film school, and Cam and I, shouts out Cam, we would always do sideways triangle. That way you didn't run into these issues that he's talking about.
So you don't like this?
I've just never played where you could do it before if you made 1 and then you call a re-rack all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like we always played where once there was 3, you were down to 3 cups, you could do it. Well, no, because we did 4 because we used to do diamond.
Diamond. I remember doing diamonds.
So I guess, yeah, maybe I'm just remembering now. It's been a while since I played the game of Pong.
I think that's fine.
Yeah, however you want to do it.
Because here's the thing. Because if you do it, because you can lose.
Right.
So, all right.
You can always lose.
Yeah.
Redemption. A team that has not called a re-rack of their opponent's cup but has had their last cup made by the opposing team before the opposing team has had their last cup made. Each player from that team is on the verge of losing is allowed a redemption shot. Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Overtime or a Shirley Temple formation, depending on the house rules, is when both teams are on their last cup and one team has sunk their opponent's last cup first. Then the team on the verge of losing makes a redemption shot.
Okay.
Once the redemption shot is made, both teams will form a triangle.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how we played.
Tip of the triangle facing opposing team, stack a 4th cup on top of the triangle.
Oh, we did not
center.
play that.
Huh.
To proceed with the game, the team that made the last cup first shoots first, has to knock down or make the cup stacked on top.
Huh.
Yeah, we never played that.
I don't like those.
We always did just a 3-cup shoot-off.
No, see, I don't like this. First of all, I've never done this. It sounds weird, and also it could get messy.
Yeah, is there beer in that top one?
Well, even if there's not, that could like knock over some of the other ones, and then what do you do? What do you do? What do you do if it knocks over one?
I don't think it will if you have the right amount of beer in the bottom.
Maybe,
3,
yeah, still.
Unless you're doing sidearm 90-mile-an-hour fastballs.
What if what if you have a pitcher in there?
Like Jake?
Yeah, throwing just
shouts out Jake
heaters.
Z.
Yeah. See, I don't know. I just don't like introducing the cup on top either.
Yeah, the way we play. So if this was house rules, like we're saying here, it would be overtime is a 3-cup triangle.
Yeah, you're getting 3.
Yeah, and I would say you could even say which orientation you want the triangle.
Sure. Yeah, I don't
Bitch
care.
cup is the center cup in the beginning formation of cups at the start of a game. If a player makes this cup before making any of the other cups in formation, they have to either shoot on their knees until they make another cup or play the rest of the game with their pants off.
Don't like this one
Yeah,
either.
we never played bitch
Yeah,
cup.
don't like that.
Elliot, he's kind of a deviant, huh? He's wanting to get people naked.
Yes. Just and on their knees
Yeah.
too. Jeez. I see. I'm gonna. Me personally, I'm gonna throw this whole thing out. If you make
I'd
a
say
cup, you make a cup.
That's how I would agree with that. That's the house
fine.
rules here. And
Yeah.
it's your place, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. That's fine.
Rule 7, Rule 11 are out so far.
Yeah.
2 balls, 1 cup.
Okay.
If 2 players on the same team make their shots in the same cup before their opponent has removed the cup information when it's been made, is an automatic game over for the team that had the same cup sunk twice. We played that.
Yeah,
That's fine. You gotta be ready to snatch it up.
You gotta be ready.
You
That's gonna
get
be-
pretty sour if it happened to you.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
you're looking for it to just be more fun,
But no, I mean that's because that's fine. There's a low chance of that happening, and plus, we already removed all the stupid losses. So if you don't get anything,
Right.
So whatever. It's
I mean,
fine.
there was also a tactic back in the day where you and your partner would pick a cup and both shoot nearly at the same time to try and just cause an instant win. So I like that.
Yeah, I'm on the fence about it. To be honest, I don't know. It's fine.
You
either
can
way.
think about it and
Yeah,
get
I'll
back to
think
us.
about it.
Lightning. Lightning is when a player shoots their shot and it hits one of their opponent's cups before bouncing another. This counts as 2 cups or as many cups as the ball touches before it finally lands in one. This is also applicable when a player bounces a ball for their first shot, and if after bouncing on the table the ball touches another cup of their opponent's for landing in one, it will count as 3 cups or as many cups as touched for landing plus 1. We played something like this. We didn't do as many as it touched. We played if you bounced and it went in, that was 2 cups. No matter what, but if you hit a cup and it like rolled into another one, that was just 2 cups.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I mean, I don't know about the I kind of like the lightning. It makes me think of like a shaman.
Okay.
Chain lightning. You know?
Right, so you'll probably
Or
keep
chain
lightning.
heel.
So you could theoretically in one shot win the game.
You could. That's not happening.
Very unlikely. What do you think the odds are?
0.
They're at least 0.000001.
Maybe, yeah.
They have to
I'll
be.
go to.
I mean, infinite amount of chances, infinite balls, infinite games. It's going to happen once.
Yeah.
The odds of you being alive are probably lower than that happening.
Yeah.
With all the evolution that had to take place and the bloodlines.
Yeah. I don't know. Has it ever happened?
I'm sure. It has.
I want to Google it real quick.
What do you do? Insta lightning kill beer pump?
Yeah. Has full cup? What? Maybe full. All cup.
Full tilt. Be a pug.
Oh, there's official rules coming up. All right, so it's not
forget
going to
it.
say. Oh, well. Well, if you've done it, let us know. Be cool.
If you have video, don't just tell us you did it with nothing else to say about it.
All right, well.
Well, I think we've pretty much fixed it for you there, Elliot.
Yeah, I don't
Get rid
think.
of Rule 7, get rid of Rule 11, and you're pretty much there. No more nudity.
Yeah, that's. Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Everybody's keeping their
Who's
clothes
the
on.
one that's gonna ruin the party pretty
Yeah,
fast.
yeah.
For a lot of people, I think.
Yeah, imagine if we're playing that rule and you have to take your pants off. You're just now Winnie the Pooh at the party.
Yeah, you can't. And then in that case, you can't keep your shirt on because then you just look weird. So
Maybe
you got to
you
take your shirt off too.
Take your shirt off and make a little diaper out of it. Just hanging brain. Your dick's hitting the cups, knocking them over.
Yeah, that's gonna make for a rough time, and nobody wants to see that.
I didn't see anything in here about water cups. I always say you should have a water cup there to wash your balls off.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess that's.
And I always preferred to throw a little more of a moist ball than a dry ball.
You should actually have a water. That should be part of the rules because now if you throw like a dirty ball into and then you got to drink it, it's kind of gross. Maybe we have a sanitizer bucket.
That'd be better.
Yeah.
I mean, because you think the amount of like dirt and just grime we drank in those cups, even with a water cup. Because you never really change the water cup out. So you got people's fingers. They've been drinking. They've been smoking. They've been puking. They've been making out with other people. Finger blasting people. Touching the ground, scratching their butthole, wiping their ass, dipping their fingers in there. Just a whole plethora of activities with those fingies.
All right.
And now you're drinking that. And somehow we only just now had a global pandemic in our lifetime.
Yeah.
Like this.
Yeah.
Like
and we
this.
probably have better immune systems now because of it.
Yeah.
All right. So, let's add another rule, a 14th rule. Let's say you need a sanitizer and then a water. Because you need to dunk sanitizer and then dunk water to clean it off a little bit. And then so maybe that one's not as dirty.
Everyone should wash their hands before the game starts.
Okay.
And you need to change that sanitizer cup out every 4 hours.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You need to change the water after every game, too.
That'd be a good idea. And slosh the cup under the faucet. Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody's going to be healthier.
Yeah. Because we're going to have fun, but now we're going to have clean fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? It's going to be nice. Everybody's going to feel better. Everybody's going to feel better about the whole thing.
I mean, honestly, you could, like, just put water in all the cups and then just drink beer out of a can.
That makes a lot more sense.
And then who cares how dirty the ball gets?
I guess the only argument would be you're not drinking the appropriate amount, but just drink at your own pace.
Well, because it's about, what, 3 beers that go per, like, 3 cups?
Something
1 beer per 3 cups?
Something like that.
So if each of you drinks a beer throughout the game, then you're pretty much even.
Yeah.
You and your partner.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Yeah.
So this is fine.
Plus,
this works.
The beer gets warm too when it's sitting in the cup like that, and now you can have it. Yeah, no, we're doing adult beer pong.
So this works. We fixed this. Get rid of Rule 7. Sorry, Elliot, you took a lot of time. We're coming here and chopping. We're like Gordon Ramsay in your shit right now. But get rid of Rule 7. Get rid of 11. No more nudity.
We're not 16 anymore.
But have a Sandy cup and a water cup. But the way the house rules here would be, we set it up. Mm-hmm. It's all water. Now, if there's spills, you wipe it up. No sticky. You don't need to spray.
Nope.
It's all water cups. You drink out of your own can. And it's a gentleman's game.
Mm-hmm.
And gentle ladies. Gentlemen, gentle ladies, gentle days.
Gentle dudes.
Genitals, not allowed.
Not allowed.
Genitals are out. Gentlemen are in.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to go run around nude after you... I mean, what if somebody loses and they feel like they have to do it?
I
guess
won't
they can.
stop you.
Yeah,
I'd rather you
nobody's
not
gonna
do it
force
at
you, though.
my home.
Yeah.
You can go across the street. You can go down the street. Just don't do it in
don't
my
do it
yard.
here.
Don't bring,
Pants have to be off outside. They have to be on inside.
pants always on.
Keep them at the door.
Mm-hmm.
Then you come back, put them back on. Then you can come back.
Do
in.
not check your pants at the door.
Yeah, don't do that.
Keep them on. You take them off in the bathroom if you need to.
Yeah, if you need to, sure.
But if you're playing Pong, you keep them on.
I think that's a good rule. All right. Yeah. I think if anybody else listening has any other suggestions or rules they'd like to add to make it, I don't know. Well, I mean, we'll consider them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think we're the authority
it
here.
sounds like.
So, yeah, if you have your own house rules that you think are fun or sassy, send them in. Elliot, if you'd like to respond to what we said about your rules, let us know what
We'd
you
love
think.
to hear. Yeah.
Let us know what you think about our adding a sanitizer and water cup to your version or playing our new version where you just put water in the cups and drink out of a can.
Yeah, let us know. Yeah, and we appreciate you sending this and trying to make the game better and universal for everybody.
Very important.
I mean, that is, you want it to be consistent.
Right. And
Like
I think
you don't want to be bamboozled when you go somewhere. And there's all these different rules, and now you're overwhelmed, and now you can't play effectively, and now you're losing, and now if you have these rules, you're running outside nude, and now you're in jail, and now you're a sex offender.
And you went to this party to have fun.
Yeah.
I think this was a good starting off point. We got you to a good second draft place, and it's only up from here.
Yeah.
Guy. So very nice. Thank you for the email.
Yeah. Thanks, Elliot. Appreciate
Much
it.
appreciated.
Yeah. 2 balls, 1
What
cup.
other because like I remember when when we were 21 and started drinking, the games people would play. I hated all the card games. I never played them. All the card drinking games.
Really?
Hated them.
Yeah, I didn't play a lot.
Thought they were so stupid, and people, oh, come on, play. It's really fun. I was like, no, I can drink out of this can without doing that. And keeping up with the rules and looking at you morons get excited over this. What I did, I liked all the cuppy type games. Like, I liked beer pong. I liked flip cup. There was some camaraderie, some team.
Flip cup's fun.
But it was really nice to have a good run with a beer pong partner you were friends with, someone you enjoyed talking to, and then you guys just talking shit together, just having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
None of the card games.
Yeah, I honestly can't remember the last time I played a drinking game, like a full-on like beer pong, card game, just anything like that. It's been a very long time. I think it's kind of morphed like over the years. I think like now kind of the norm is maybe like if you're drinking with a bunch of people, like Cards Against Humanity. Or like there's that. Have you ever played that one with you make your own memes or whatever?
What do you meme?
Yeah. See, that was super fun too. I think it's kind of morphed to that. I don't know what the kids are doing now. Are they still playing a lot of beer pong or?
Gotta be. It's a classic. It's a rite of passage.
I think it is. Yeah. I mean,
I think probably Jeffrey Dahmer never played beer pong.
I bet. Can you picture him playing beer pong? He's too busy worried about killing people and just eating their inside.
Yeah, he never played. I feel like it's important. It's important. Good place to cut your teeth, and a lot of people, that's the only competition they get in their life. They don't play any sports.
Yeah,
sports are important for some people.
Yeah, they're important for development in certain ways.
And that's a good way to get it in if you didn't do it. You didn't play. Nothing wrong with not playing. But you need to get that sense of teamwork and loss and success.
Yeah.
In a nice,
that's what it teaches you.
Unprotected environment. Your parents aren't there to hold your hand and, kiss your boo-boos.
Yeah, and it separates the winners from the losers.
Yeah, and from the cannibals.
Yeah, the cannibals aren't even going to be there. So, yeah.
They're going to be eating people.
So, if you have friends that are against playing beer pong, and are against going to party, they're probably a cannibal.
Probably. I think it's a very reasonable and probably accurate assumption to make.
Would they play Cards Against Humanity, though?
Probably. I think that one's more universal.
Yeah. Do you play that?
I've played that. I played What Do You Meme for the first time recently. That was a lot of fun. Apples to Apples is a fun one. I'll tell you what card game I did like that had nothing to do with drinking, but that Spoons game. Do you remember that?
What?
Where you'd be like passing cards around the table, and last person to not, whenever somebody, I don't remember what you were trying to accomplish, but you'd accomplish it and you'd grab a spoon, or someone else would accomplish it, and when you saw them grab a spoon, then everyone was able to grab a spoon, and the last person, whoever didn't grab a spoon, was the big stinky loser, and they had to take their pants off and suck their own penis and run around the house.
They had to suck their own penis?
And if they couldn't do it, you had to like kind of snap their back until they could get down to it.
Well, everybody's paralyzed now.
That was a violent game. High risk, high
that
reward.
As a kid.
No, that was a fun game though.
Yeah,
I don't remember what it's called. Spoons.
I think Spoons. I remember playing that as a kid. I didn't play it as an adult though.
It's fun.
I love card games though.
I love cards.
Like I don't play them enough. Like spades.
Why didn't we
Rummy.
play cards? I love Rummy.
I love Rummy too.
We need to start having Rummy nights.
I don't know, for whatever reason, like I morphed it into a thing that I only play at the beach.
Oh, I love playing cards.
Like I grew up playing them at the beach. Like cards was that was the only time besides poker growing up that I would play cards was at the beach. And so I just had, I don't know, for whatever reason.
Poker.
Huh?
You play poker?
I played poker for a little bit. When I was growing up.
How old were you playing?
I don't know, probably like 11,
okay,
12, 13.
You were playing poker.
I was playing poker. We had a poker night. We did Texas Hold'em night at Jack's house every week for like a few months to a year.
I thought you meant like when you went off to college or something. You were like playing actual like. I was playing some poker.
No, it was Texas.
Some other 11-year-olds. I guess technically, sure. Yeah,
I knew all the rules.
Yeah, all the rules. I'm sure.
I was watching the World Series of Poker every year, watching that whole tournament.
Shouts out John Michael.
Yeah, and so I was pretty into it. I knew how to bet. I knew how to hold them, and I knew when to fold them.
Wow. Did you listen to Kenny Rogers the whole time?
Yeah, he was
he
playing in
your
my
idol?
head.
Do you think because a lot of people when they're on the World Series of Poker, they're listening to music.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think anyone ever actually listens to The Gambler when they're on the table, one of the tables of the World Series of Poker?
I think probably a lot of people that first go around of it, they probably do. It's probably a lot of people's anthem for the first little bit. It would have to be.
I mean, it's a banger. A. B. What better place to play it?
It's the perfect environment.
Yeah,
well, we have somebody we could ask.
Yeah, we need to get
see
in
how
touch with John
prevalent
Michael.
it is.
I got really into watching poker for a while. Whenever I went to visit you in Minnesota, there was a stretch of road, and you shouldn't do this. There was a stretch of road where it was just nothing, nothing, flat, just nothing. So I had
Probably Ohio.
because you remember that section going to Minnesota, you're a few hours from getting there, and then you just lose service for like an hour. Do you remember that section of
In,
road?
like Wisconsin, yeah.
I was right. It was right
Yeah.
before I lost service.
Yeah.
So wherever that was.
Just, it's nothing. Dairyland.
Shouts out cows. So I watched almost an entire poker tournament while driving. I had it on my little phone holder. Had the audio playing through the car, watching Phil Hellmuth do his thing.
Yeah, I forgot about he would wear sunglasses. They all sit there with a little laughable, and they barely make any movements either because they don't want anybody to see.
And then Phil would just explode. Negranu.
Yeah,
He was cool.
he reminded me of
David?
somebody that was. He reminded me like he was on like MTV, like Real World or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he looked like to me.
The Next Bus? What was it? Next?
Next was the show.
Yeah, he had some feathered tips for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Mike the Mouth Mattisau.
Moneymaker, Chris
Chris
Moneymaker.
Moneymaker. He had his few minutes.
Moneymaker was his last name too.
Yeah, he did it. He won. What was
He
it,
had a
like
goatee.
04?
Mm-hmm.
He did have a goatee. Yeah, I mean, he kind of looked like he'd be related to Larry the Cable Guy.
Mm-hmm.
Also, he from Wisconsin, I think.
Probably.
I think he is.
I don't know. Corn-fed boy.
He's corn fed.
GMO corn.
That's all GMO. Everything's GMOs.
All corn is. There's a whole documentary about it.
Like you look at corn
Monsanto.
from back in the
Monsanto.
day, it like a stalk of corn was like that big, and now they're like 2 feet. Oh, this is something I meant to talk about while we're on the subject of food. Something I meant to talk about like 2 weeks ago. Whenever episode when I said I had been on a hike.
Okay.
So I think that was 2 weeks ago.
2 or 3, yeah.
And I think we're gonna agree on this. I hope.
Okay.
Because I want us to yell at these idiots together.
All right.
If
I'm
not,
I'm already. I'm not a hiker, so.
well, no, this has nothing to do with
Okay.
hiking.
All right.
So Josh, my friend from Columbia that came up to Greenville and we went hiking. We got to the top of the mountain and we set up a nice little charcuterie board out of stuff we had brought. I brought blueberries and he brought a bunch of stuff. He brought some meat. He had some like sausages he had grilled the night before. He brought some nanners and he brought some nice brown mustard.
Okay.
He brought crackers and grapes.
All right.
So we were like, oh, this is going to be so funny. We'll set it up like a real charcuterie board and take little pictures and we can send it to our friends. So I do that. I was like, oh, I do this at work. I'll set it up. So I start forming the charcuterie board and I kind of frame it with the 2 nanners. And they were like in the perfect place of ripeness.
Okay.
Like had some black, like a black and yellow, like, cheetah print where they're not
But not overly fermented yet.
Right. They're not mush.
Mm-hmm.
There's still a tiny bit of snap in the bite, but it's not just like when they're just full yellow.
Yeah.
2 separate people messaged me and were like, I think your bananas are a little
serious?
gone right now. I was like, are you kidding? Are you an idiot? Are you stupid? Are you stupid? You're stupid. I said, no, they're perfect. They're absolutely perfect. They're full of flavor right now. They actually taste like a banana. Like, no. One of them even had the audacity, Jerry, to say, yeah, the more they start getting dark, the less they taste like a banana to me.
What?
I shat
I'm glad you
shat
brought this up. I'm
myself.
glad
I
you
shat
brought this up.
myself.
This needs to be
in that
talked
moment.
about. This needs to be talked
Thank
about.
you. I knew you. I was 99% sure you were going to be on Team Dark Banana.
Yeah. First of all, whoever messaged you this,
I'll tell you later.
what kind of bananas are you eating? Are you eating green bananas?
They probably do.
They probably do. They have to. What are your options?
they
Green
probably-
or like bright yellow?
They probably ate their first banana when it was like green. They're like, oh my God. And then one time they let it get yellow, full yellow. And they're like, wow, this is so much better.
Yeah.
And never let it get to
Oh
that.
my God.
The cheetah print banana.
What are you doing? It's like the green banana is fibrous. It tastes like you're chewing, and then
It's
it's
so
like
hard, yeah.
It's like chewy, and
It
like
bites
you gotta
back.
bite. It's like no, this is not what nature intended for you. You were not supposed to eat it. It's still in growth phase. Let's go see what monkeys are eating. They're probably not eating green bananas. They're probably waiting for it to mature a little bit.
They would eat a green banana
You know?
if there was no other bananas around and they needed to survive.
No, see, I can. If you're eating a yellow banana, I'm okay.
You're a
with that.
savage.
I'm okay with.
You're a
that.
savage.
And
I
here's
think
why
you're
I'm
a
okay
savage.
with that. Because you can't always. I eat a banana every day. You can't always get it to the perfect way.
Sure.
You can't.
Sure.
Unless you're just. I don't know. You'd have to be.
You'd have a lot of bananas in your
Yeah,
house.
and you can't do that. Because I
You'd
don't
eat
want to.
more
I
than
don't
one
want to
a day.
waste them
You'd
either.
eat more than one a day to not waste.
Yeah, and I
You
don't want
wanna
to
eat
do
one a
that.
day.
So I can understand the yellow, but you need a little bit of brown on it.
Yeah, it's so much better.
You have to. Once it starts getting brown, it develops. You get that. Think of like what are they comparing a banana flavor to? Like the fake what is it? Like the
Yellow
nerds banana?
Nerds.
That doesn't taste like a banana. It tastes ridiculous and stupid.
False.
It's awful. It's the worst thing. It's not even a banana flavor.
No, not at all.
See there is banana flavor in beer.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's isoamyl something. It's an actual compound that makes up the banana flavor in beer, and it actually tastes like a decently ripe banana. So science says you're wrong. You need to wait to eat your banana, and you don't need to shame people for eating it the right way and it tasting delicious. You know, and it does get to a point sometimes where
Sure.
it gets a little too bad. It's a little alcoholic. It has that fermentation happening. It's going
When
to
it gets to banana bread territory.
yeah, it's not. But you can still use it then. You can't use it before when it's green.
No, because imagine make a freaking banana bread with a green
Yeah,
or
good
just
luck.
perfectly yellow banana. Tell me how good that is. It's just gonna
Not
be
happening.
bread.
Not
You're
happening.
gonna have
honey.
no nanner. Listen, sweetie. Yeah, but I've been meaning to bring that up because I was livid, dude. I was like, no,
Yeah.
you guys, because banana is the ultimate fruit in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
That's my number one. It goes banana, apple, then I see. Recently it used to be grapes, but recently I've been snacking on them blueberries again.
Blueberries. are
Blueberries
good.
might be number 3 now.
I got
but
strawberries.
at number 3. Does it go apple banana? I
I
banana apple.
interchange them. I go back and forth.
Gun to your head though.
Here, I'm gonna say apple. Here's why.
More
There's so many
options?
different varieties.
Yeah, I figured you would say something like that. You put the best banana up against the best apple. Do you think you goes banana? If you can only have one type,
On the right day.
If you pick your favorite apple,
Depends on the day.
but you can have one apple type for the rest of your life and one banana type.
Probably banana.
Still is banana. Okay.
Yeah, I like the varieties.
Yeah, I love apples too, and we both say we think people are crazy who don't refrigerate their apples
That's insane. That's another thing to me.
because the feel
They're
like
so much better.
when you bite in. It's that just cold. It's like
Yeah.
getting a nice apple crunch, but then apple
Yeah.
juice, cold
That's-
apple juice.
That's the thing. Here's the argument. Who drinks apple juice at room temperature? Do
The only
people?
time I do it is when I've bought apple juice,
Yeah.
and it's like the moment I'm about to put it in the fridge, but I haven't had apple juice in a while, so I just want a little taste.
Yeah, but you're supposed
But
to.
I'd
refrigerate
much
it.
rather have it cold.
Yeah.
That's the only time you would ever do it.
It just tastes. It's more refreshing.
Are there savages who just leave their apple juice out? Have you seen this?
No, I'm
Oh,
asking.
okay. For a second I thought you knew someone. You had someone in mind.
If there's somebody that leaves their apple juice out, eats an apple at room temperature, and eats a green banana,
You know who did that?
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey.
Army Hammer too. I
Yeah,
think.
he'd eat the skin of the banana. He doesn't even peel it. He punches it and then bites the thing with the peel still on.
And I guess here's piggybacking off of Elliot a little bit on a public service. I think you agree with me on this too. Organic bananas are better.
I will say this. They are better in the taste is similar, but you have a much wider range of that good flavor with the organic.
Mm-hmm.
So they're more versatile.
Yeah.
The flavor is pretty much the same to me.
Flavors is
but you have a longer window.
Yeah, that's the
to
thing.
enjoy that what we know to be the sweet spot.
Which is weird. Do you think the chemicals would make it like a little last longer? But from what we found with the research, at least I think, is like you buy the organic bananas and you can eat those yellow and they still taste good. Whereas you take like a yellow regular banana and most of the time it's not
hard.
really edible.
Hard.
And then all of a sudden the normal non-organic banana, it goes from yellow to like black in like 3 days. And then the organic just, I don't know, it seems to have,
it's
like
a more
you said,
gradual
and it's
descent
still
to
edible.
banana bread
It's
banana.
edible at longer times. Like it can be darker and still be edible. It can be lighter and still be edible. And so I don't know. It's weird, but it's definitely I've found it to be true.
Maybe because the organic ones are trained to survive in nature.
Yeah, they're just real.
They're not like they don't have to worry. They don't have air conditioning.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
these other fake bananas, which are still delicious.
And they actually want to be eaten in nature so that the chimps can eat them and then poop out their seeds.
So they need to be better longer.
Yeah, exactly, because they need to spread across.
But us humans, we're just like shoving bananas down our gullets as quickly as we possibly can.
I don't know what they're doing with the chemicals.
Do you think these these people that had messaged me, and people like them? So talking to any of you that think bananas that are starting to turn black are icky. Any of you guys, they're probably just like
they're icky.
Just straight off the shelf, baseball toughness, tennis ball toughness avocados, just eating those. Yeah. And like, I love my avocado toast.
Yeah, probably.
It's like, dude, if you let that thing go a few days, your whole world would change.
Like,
you're an idiot.
Yeah, it has to be the same people. They have to be eating stuff that is just not like a pear. They're probably just biting into that hard, just pear, just breaking their teeth on that.
These
thing.
Retards eating hard fruits.
That's not how it's supposed to be. They pick them early so that they have time to ripen before you buy them. It's not like they present them in the grocery store.
Quickly.
Here. It's not. No,
the time is now.
No, guys. Come on.
Come on.
Think a little bit, will you?
Don't be so stupid. Yeah, I was livid.
I'm sure
Two separate people.
At least it was just two.
God, that was too many. You know you are.
I'm glad we're calling. I'm not sorry about anything I'm saying right now. I stand by everything.
Better too.
I think you're a psychopath.
Yeah, they got something going on.
I don't know.
Maybe they didn't get enough hugs as children or something.
Here, I have, for those people, in all seriousness, I have two questions if you're listening.
Where do you get off, and who do you think you are?
Have you tried it at that stage? And what was the other question?
Where do you get off?
Have you tried it? Like, compare them. Just try it. And if you don't refrigerate your apple, try that too.
Oh my God, those psychos need help. I worry more about them than I do the nanner people, because I think I can kind of understand that there's a visual aspect.
Yeah.
A beautiful, perfectly yellow banana looks a lot more appealing aesthetically than a splotchy black one with the yellow. I get that.
Yeah, it looks. I mean, that's your typical banana.
That's how you draw a banana.
Yeah.
None of us were adding black and brown crayon to our bananas.
No, you weren't
up.
supposed to do that.
Don't you mix colors in this classroom? This is the South.
Yeah.
We keep them pure. But it's
not far off.
We throw all our black crayons out. We only have white crayons in this class, okay? We'll give you a brown every now and then, but only if it's doing yard work. But yeah, that's the difference. they can visually. I can get the
So
visual.
you're calling
argument.
them racist now.
No. I was calling.
Kind of, though, right?
I don't think they're racist. that was a tangential thing. Yeah, but they should definitely try putting their apples in the fridge because it looks the same. It just tastes better and feels better.
I mean, I guess they could have the same argument that I've had with bananas and other things at this point. Is in nature, like a apple is warm when things eat it, or like room temperature, or whatever nature is at that point. But it just tastes better.
Yeah, we're talking about taste here.
Yeah.
The nature argument was that it wants to be better longer so it can be eaten to then spread.
Mm-hmm. Do you know anybody that refrigerates bananas? They get weird. Have you ever done it before?
I don't think I've ever seen a banana in a fridge.
So I've done it before just to try. I don't remember how it tasted.
For science?
So as soon as you put it in the fridge, it can be yellow, and then you put it in, and the next day it's like this weird brown color. Like not like the normal brown that it progresses to. It's
that
just
grayish brown?
It's like it's like this weird like yellow brown thing that's just I don't know. It's really weird, and it changes the texture a lot too. So I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I don't plan to try that.
I wouldn't recommend that.
Maybe I'll put one in next time I get
Yeah,
it.
just try it.
See what happens.
Yeah, you need to see it, but
I
don't
gotta
recommend
see
that.
this.
It's like because a banana is a berry,
Okay.
so it's different from like a apple or because strawberry is not a berry. Blueberry is a berry. Raspberry's a berry, maybe.
100%.
I don't know, but so that's the.
Wouldn't raspberry
I was trying to go off.
GMO? Isn't that like raspberries aren't naturally occurring, right?
I don't know.
The cranberries.
Is banana like the only fruit that I don't refrigerate? I'm trying to think. It might be. Yeah, it might be the only one that I eat personally that's not refrigerated.
Yeah. What else would you? I know sometimes we wouldn't refrigerate kiwis.
I don't know. I never eat kiwis. It's not because I don't like them. Oranges, they're better refrigerated. Orange juice.
I love orange juice.
Yeah, same. Yeah,
Pulp, no
blueberry.
pulp. 1, 2, 3, no pulp. Oh, that game worked.
Well, I was still thinking about it.
Well, it's just like
I debate. I don't know.
What? You go between?
I could go between. Yeah, yeah.
You like having floss in your drinks? Gummy floss?
I could go, but yeah.
Wow. Okay, psycho.
But
Guaranteed
most
Jeffrey
of the time,
Dahmer drank extra pulp. Extra pulp for that boy.
Extra pulp?
Extra pulp.
maybe.
I mean,
most of the time I go no pulp.
Good. I already know the answer, but we'll do this for the listeners. Crunchy or creamy peanut butter? 1, 2, 3. Crunchy.
Did you know the answer?
Well, yes.
I used to be a creamy boy.
Well, the past several months, I've seen our peanut butter cabinet, which needed an entire shelf reserved for it, and it's all crunchy.
Yeah, crunchy's better. It's way better. And here's the question: do you prefer grape or strawberry jam? Jelly. Do you prefer jam or jelly?
I like
preserves.
I like them both equally. Grape or strawberry. I think I have a nostalgia towards grape.
Yeah,
but I've recently started enjoying.
I think that's adults like
strawberry. Yeah,
I think that's when I was a kid, grape was a thing, but now as an adult, strawberries it's better to me, I think.
It's all good, man. I love a good preserve. You know,
yeah, preserves are delicious.
You think maybe we could be preserved when we're dead?
Don't
somebody
preserve
spread
me.
us on some
burn,
toast.
Just burn me.
Well, burn on some toast. That'd be cool.
Okay, if somebody really wants to eat me on toast,
I
sure.
don't have to eat you. Just kind of put you on it. Every
Maybe
morning.
you can. Maybe yeah. Okay, that's fine. Just put me on it, but not eat it.
Throw it out to the birds.
No, well, okay, that's fine. Yeah.
You like birds, right?
No, see now we're doing like the whole
Back to the earth.
What's
your favorite bird?
Army Hammer thing. Favorite bird? Probably
Bald eagle for
no,
America.
I really like a hummingbird.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just recently learned that
kind?
was my spirit animal.
Oh, that's right. Was it a ruby-throated hummingbird?
I don't know. Ruby-throated?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it had anything to do with throating.
Well, look up a ruby-throated hummingbird.
Okay.
And I'll tell you my favorite bird once we look at your favorite bird. And maybe this isn't your favorite hummingbird. Maybe
what
it's a different
yours
hummingbird. Huh?
I know what yours is.
You do?
Mhm.
Really?
Well, I could guess, I feel like.
Oh, okay. Images. Oh, look at him. Look at that pretty
Yeah, he
bird.
looks fine.
Look.
I don't really like birds. I like this one though.
That's not ruby-throated.
I don't know. I like it though.
Look at his tongue.
Ugh, I don't like that.
That's a baby.
He looks weird.
You want to guess my favorite bird?
Robin.
That's up there. But no. That's number 2, we'll say.
What, an eagle? Are you like a true American or something?
Kestrel.
Kestrel? Okay.
Yeah. You'll love this bird.
Yeah, it's like a falcon.
Yeah, it's a small falcon. It's got like this war paint all over it.
Yeah,
That's
that
pretty
looks
cool,
really
isn't it?
cool.
It's
yeah.
got that little blue beak.
Yeah.
He's pretty dope.
I like that.
You can see a bunch of these like when you're going like to Manning. They'll be on the power lines like by the cornfields and stuff, just chilling. Like, look at his eye paint.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
That is really cool.
It's my favorite bird. We got a lot of those around here.
Can mine be a pterodactyl?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to
we're-
change it to a pterodactyl.
Look, that's his profile picture on LinkedIn. Go up one, right here.
Yeah, he looks cool. I do like that. I like
That's a cool
falcons
look.
a lot.
He's probably like that tall.
Falcons are nice.
Birds of prey, raptors as they're known.
I just don't like birds though. I just don't trust them.
Well, you don't have to.
I guess if I had to pick my favorite bird though, like really, like because I don't really like birds,
An egret,
probably be a chicken
chicken,
because
you
they eat
it.
eggs.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say albatross.
Albatross is a cool name. It has a bad connotation though, right?
Does it?
Yeah, albatross is like a curse
Oh,
or something. I think. I don't
How about
know.
an anhinga?
I don't know anything about birds.
We have a lot of anhinga
Look,
at
he
Lake
looks
Marion.
evil.
Yeah, I mean he doesn't look. He's kind of sassy.
This guy?
Yeah,
He's doing a little dance probably.
he's bowing up at somebody.
Look, he's 11 feet tall.
Yeah, look at that wingspan, dude.
Yeah, that's pretty. That's wide. He's a wide guy.
You'd probably like an anhinga.
Well, how do you spell that?
Anhinga, I think. Yeah, there you go. See how so they do? You'll
I
see
don't
them at the
like that
lake doing
neck.
this. You know why?
Uh,
Because that's how they have to dry their wings. Because the water doesn't roll off their wings like it does a duck's wings. It absorbs it, so
Maybe
they
they
get
should
too
figure
heavy to
that
fly.
out.
So they stand like this on this one.
hmm.
You want to know anything else about birds? I know it all.
No, I'm good
Okay.
on birds, I think.
Birds discovered in 1413, known as Birdus adopus
That's true.
by the Spaniards.
Definitely not true. But I don't like birds. Let's kill them.
I'd rather not. I like. We need birds.
We do need birds.
Vermin?
It's cool that they can fly.
Yeah.
Like it's so weird that there's this animal. There's this one type of species that can just fly.
We would never have flown without birds.
No.
Glad we agree on that.
Yeah. All right.
Want to wrap it there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Keep checking back. The studio will slowly be progressing
Yep.
as time goes on into a more permanent.
How are you saying it like that?
It's fun to say it that way. You say it.
Permanent.
No, but say it.
Permanent.
Permanent. Fun, right? Permanent state. But yeah, shouts out Zach and Elliot for the emails. Danny, we'll get to it one day. We haven't forgotten. It's just going to take some planning on our part.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be drunk. Shouts out birds, kestrels and anhingas, and hummingbirds, man. So that leads me into shouts out to you. Thanks for all you do for me and everybody else. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Huh?
Okay.
We really do, man. It means a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's very nice of you to like make beer for everybody.
Uh-huh.
It helped me move.
Mm-hmm. You helped me move.
Yeah, all kind of stuff. You let me have a rug.
I'll give you another rug if you want it.
Deal. Shouts out my sister for sending me that Army Hammer update.
Mm-hmm.
Shouts out to what was it? The Zen Blonde.
I think something
Thanks.
like
Thanks, Mama.
that.
And shouts out Drinking Games.
Yeah. Yeah, shouts out to beer pong and card games and cards in general. I don't think they get enough. They really don't get enough respect and love. It's actually you can do so many things with them. Shouts out to you, obviously setting
man.
up the whole new studio space. I'm excited to see what comes of all this. So,
Be good.
and then shouts out to Army Hammer and Jeffrey Dom. Shouts out to Army Hammer, innocent until proven guilty.
He's guilty.
He's probably guilty. Shouts out to construction workers.
Oh,
too. We didn't even talk about them.
They get talked about enough.
You think so?
I think
Do
they get. I think.
I think people see them as an annoyance more than anything.
Do you? I think those are closed-minded people. I think construction workers are one of the few jobs that get the exact amount of recognition they need.
Okay. Yeah, usually I don't know, and that's a whole nother thing. I feel like people, because they usually make so much noise, so people are usually like annoyed if they talk about them at all.
And what's crazy is like those people, a lot of them are living in a house or an apartment building or
yeah,
whatever.
and they're probably eating their fruit at room temperature.
Majority of the time, they didn't build that house themselves.
Yeah, that's true. They built it. That's a whole. I can't imagine how you build a whole structure like that.
I can tell you all.
So shouts out to construction. Yeah, shouts out to people that eat fruits the right way.
Double shouts out to them.
You know, a good ripe banana and a good chilled fruit of other sorts. And yeah, shouts out to you guys, and hopefully you continue to follow, listen, share.
Please share.
And we'll keep doing this.
Subscribe to the YouTube.
Yeah,
That'd be cool. And the Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh,
That'd
and
be nice.
if you want to send us an email, that's thegreyboysatlarge@gmail.com. We would
Easy
love
to
to read
remember.
emails. This has been so much fun.
Just take the Grey Boys at Large. We'll take out podcast, but then at
Just lose
gmail.com.
podcast. The Greyboys at Large @gmail.com.
Send
us
us
an
whatever.
email. Send us some cool stuff.
Yeah.
We'll check it out.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about it. We'll have a good old time.
Yeah.
All right, man.
All
I
right.
guess that'll do it.
Yeah.
Love
All
you,
right.
brother.
Love you too.
Bye, guys.
See you.
Catch you on the flips. Bye.